Hello there, chat. It's been a while. And it's, it is now the best season of the year. And I always wish I could be doing more with the season, doing more stuff, going places, playing games. And then all of a sudden it hits Halloween and I'm like, oh, that was quick. A lot of things that I wanted to do I didn't get to do. But at least I'm doing something. And I have a little bit of a some show and tell, because even though I'm currently living in a different place for a while, that I don't have access to as many of the cool downtown events and things that I used to go to and stream from in past years, did manage to get out to a very lovely park down by the Mississippi that had beautiful fall colors. Show you some pictures that I took. Now I am, let's see. Oh yeah, it's going to be a bit warped because of my effects and things. You know, I was just trying to live in the moment. I didn't get very many photos when I was there, but as we were leaving, the sun was going down and the sunset was making some beautiful shadows over the whole place. And then here's this guy. Turns out you can recreate Photoshop effects in real life. And if I move it around, it'll like warp relative to my screen. Huh. And then we got, I'm extremely photogenic, as you can tell. This area was just so gorgeous. Just had to get a few photos. And what's cool about this area is that there's a really tall bridge next to it. I believe this is the Mendota Bridge. It's hard to get a sense of scale for what you're looking at, but this bridge is very tall. Guess there really isn't anything like, you know, a person standing next to it would be, I guess you can't see my cursor right now, but someone standing next to this bridge would be about half the height of those big kind of bumper looking concrete rounded objects. Because like the water was unusually low this time of year, or for this time of year, so those things are all exposed. Normally the water is up a lot higher in that area. But it's just a huge bridge, and it created some interesting wind and things that blew around in the area, made some cool sounds, especially as traffic drove over the top. Here's just kind of another angle of the bridge. Very big. There were ducks. There were some geese and other things there as well. I didn't get photos of them. But so those are just a couple photos from the walk that I did. If anyone is in Minnesota, this is the Snelling, Snelling National Park. It goes along the Minnesota River and the Mississippi River. And they actually merge together, and you can see the different water types crashing into each other because they carry different stuff with them, and then they smash together. So the event that is actually, I think, starting in a couple hours in the real is the Bare Bones Puppet Theater show that I went to for the last like 6 years or something, but I'm unable to make it this year. And here's the poster for it. If anyone happens to be in Minnesota, I mean, they're going to have a show going on today, tomorrow, and apparently November 1st and 2nd too. I forgot they did some shows later. But I have a bunch of streams on my YouTube channel that I'll put a link to in the chat where it's just like experimental weird puppets. It's not really a spooky show, it's more of a like a seasonal show. It has a bunch of themes about like birth and death and rebirth and decay and all that. And this year's theme is Up in Smoke. Uh, but here's some pictures that they posted of this year. This is them getting some puppets together. I always really wanted to like volunteer for this festival. And the year that I was going to do it is the year I ended up having to move out because of unable to get a job to pay rent. But lots of delightful skeleton stuff going on during the show. So they haven't done a show for this year yet. This is just some like of their behind the scenes practice. These are so cool. Lots of handmade puppets. And they're using another view. They're using Powderhorn Park for anyone that's been there. Their venue has changed many times over the years, but the one benefit of this area is that they have access to like a whole pond. And they're going to be doing like a water portion of the show. And usually, because the show all happens at night, and they do, and it's usually driven by fire. So stuff that goes on is it's usually completely dark, and then they have local fire dancing groups that do choreographed stuff that goes along with the theme of the show. And it's just always so many lovely things going on. So I hope they get recordings or something of this year so I can see what I was missing out on. And a little bit of a jump scare. Hi. But the in my quick life update that nobody asked for, so I've been a little bit more busy with 2 part-time jobs, remote, mostly 3D modeling related jobs, and they just started overlapping. And the uh so I'm trying to figure out like how to balance both of these jobs happening at the same time. And it's still one of the jobs where like I hope I get paid, I hope I get paid kind of thing, because they're both like freelance things that in contract work that's always very unpredictable. But a pretty big thing for my life right now is that I've acquired something that I believe is going to have a really big effect on my life, especially like in the next year, depending on what I decide to do with it. It's because I've come into possession of something very valuable, and it's a Porygon no. It is this. So for the first time in my life, I actually have a passport, and I may try to travel internationally next year. And I don't know exactly where I want to go. I have some ideas in mind of places that I would really love to visit. But it all just depends on like if I know anyone in the place, what I'm gonna do at the place, and I don't know. I really haven't decided. I don't really feel fully comfortable with any one place yet. It's all about vibes and things like that. Might even just be somewhere within the US. I don't know. But the thing that's really nice is just that I'm more able to travel than ever before because I actually managed to come up with a bunch of, well, come up with have a whole lot more savings all of a sudden because a freelance client actually paid everything that they owed me a few months ago. And now I actually have some money. I mean, I'm saving the majority of it so I don't run into the whole emergency of running out of money again. But I have enough money to like reasonably travel. The nice thing with like being able to travel and all that is I haven't traveled much at all in my entire life because I've been mostly just sitting here in Minnesota. I mean, I've only ever lived in Minnesota, but in terms of traveling, I've been to like 6 or 7 states throughout my life. Like I've been to New York City, been to Las Vegas, been to Seattle, Washington, been to like Wisconsin, went to Canada once. So I guess I have technically left the country for an hour and came back. And so yeah, just kind of what was I going to say? But what's nice about like having the ability to travel more is that like I meet all these people on the internet, all you folks out there. And about I talked about, and I don't want to like drag this on too long because he's I'm trying to get some stuff, some stream in before Vinny streams in a bit because he's going to be doing Halloween stuff, and I want to see what he's going to do. But um, anyway, is that I've always talked about over and over again on stream that it always tends to be that people that I have the most in common with are almost always people that live really far away from me. It's like if I meet people in the real, it's really nice being able to be face to face and talking to people and all that in person. But more often than not, you don't really have a whole lot in common. Whereas, like, one of the luxuries of the internet is just that you have access to so many more people. You're able to find people who have a lot of stuff in common. And there's a lot of you in chat that I've known for some of you in chat that I've known for like 8 or more years at this point. There's some of my like internet friends, like I've known people on the internet longer than anyone that I know in person, besides like immediate family. But it's always just been a huge obstacle. It's just like you can never go, I can just never see anyone beyond that. I mean, not everyone's interested in like meeting in person and things, but now I feel less restricted because I can actually reasonably visit people. I can fly out to your country. That's not a threat, but it's I could act like it. I'm not tied down to just being stuck in Minnesota anymore. I mean, I can always go around the US and stuff, but now I can go to other countries as well. And I really want to go check out other countries because I just feel like I want to be exposed to cultures that are a lot different than mine and just see ways of life that are different. I'm in dire need of a big like shake up in the way that my life is right now because I've just been stuck in a rut for like 4 years, just struggling to make money. And my two jobs currently are both remote. I mean, I could theoretically be, if I had an extended stay somewhere, I'd um, be able to figure something out to legally work remotely so I wouldn't have to be like going on a huge vacation and losing tons of money. I could theoretically keep doing my jobs remotely. And there's a bunch of weird legal stuff around all of that. Um, thank you, Yuku Shu. Letting go maybe go out of the US is great. Yeah. And I mean, it's very easy for Americans to spend their entire lives in America because there's just so much going on here, and the different states a lot of times feel like whole different countries. And I'm kind of privileged to have grown up learning English and speaking that natively. And in so many other countries, people need to learn English later in life, and it can be a struggle and all that. So like knowing it natively, it feels nice, but then at the same time, because like most likely where I want to go is somewhere in Europe, at least for the beginning. Because a lot of European countries and the culture and all that in general, I know there's a lot of countries there, just appeals to me so much more than like life in America, because I enjoy public transit and I really enjoy just much older history and just the more unified sense of community, which I know every country is going to be different. This is just generalizations, but being able to live my whole life without a car, being able to take trains to places, healthcare and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's stuff I've been just thinking a lot about lately. And I don't know. I could be making some big changes in my life next year. The funny thing with this passport, to be careful not to like mega dox myself, but this is like the most American thing ever because it's like, it's American passport. And we got like, all right, we got Mount Rushmore, we got Statue of Liberty, we got moon landing. It's just like all the most American things all crammed into one book. can't really show this page because it has other info on it, but it has like George Washington, has like the beginning of the Constitution in it. Like, damn, most American document I've ever seen. Um, just reading what you all are saying. Yeah, I'm gonna scan every page, send it out to everyone. All right, so that's been going on. And yeah, I might I I'm good enough friends with internet people, I might be able to actually fly out and see some of you if they want that to happen. Who knows? So, yeah, with Halloween coming up tomorrow, I'm going to talk about this a few times throughout the stream and in my Discord and all that, but actually tomorrow on Halloween, I'm going to be doing a group VR chat thing. This is the first time I've done a group thing with members of the Discord and chat. So like you're all welcome to join in VR chat and we'd all be talking in voice chat if you want to. This is going to be tomorrow around the same time, like around the time it is right now is probably when it'll be starting, maybe a bit earlier. But I made a thing in chat where if you go exclamation point VR chat, I have a stream group that I made that if you join that, that's what I'm going to be using to get people in and out and how I'm going to be able to vet people. So if you request to join that, if I recognize your name, I'll approve it and you'll be able to join in with us. If I don't recognize your name, like if you use a different name in VR chat than you use elsewhere, you should let me know. Either, I don't know, right now in the chat or on the Discord, which is this. And so then tomorrow I'm going to be looking at just some Halloweeny spooky worlds and then ending the VR chat stream. I don't know how late it's going to go, probably pretty late. Uh, Pretty far into the night, I'm going to be dancing at the Great Pug, just listening to music because the Great Pug has a whole thing going on where they have like a synchronized playlist with everyone and it's going to be like mega DMCA stuff, but I'm going to do that at the end and I'm just going to risk it. If it ends up getting really bad with DMCA things, I might just cut the whole end of the stream off if it gets blocked. If it's just demonetized, I don't make money off of anything anyway, so it doesn't matter. Hey, Primary Denizen, welcome. Nice to see you. We're just talking about VR chat, and now tomorrow I'm going to be doing a group VR chat thing where anyone is welcome to join. I know Agent Red Jackal is also doing a VR chat thing on Halloween. Like, there's a lot of internet stuff happening on Halloween. But hey, this is all I have is Halloween. But if you do exclamation point, I don't know if you saw this already, but VR chat in chat, you can join the stream group and you'll be able to join in, anyone is able to join in with us. And if people use a different name on there than you use anywhere else, you should let me know on the Discord or something so I know like what name is correlated with what. And I leave little notes on everyone about what their other names are. And there's anyone, you don't need VR stuff to play VR chat. Let this be known. You don't need VR to play VR chat. You can literally anyone can join. You can join from your phone, Android or iOS on desktop with VR stuff. Like just about any headset is supported. Join on desktop. You don't have to talk through the microphone if you don't want to. You can type. It's like literally anyone can join. And there's even a feature called like selfie expressions cam or something that they added very recently that lets you use a webcam to get some VTuber-like expression with your avatar on desktop. So you'd be playing with like mouse and keyboard and it will like look at your face and your head movement and you can even like use your hands to point and stuff. So it's better than nothing kind of thing. And so there's that. And yeah, and people are free to leave and join whenever they want. But that's all happening tomorrow. It's going to be around the same time as right now, maybe a bit earlier. There's that. And then tonight, our time already I can see just goes way faster than I always think it's going to be going. I'm going to be playing a game that you can also join in right now, anyone, called the Ghost Town Pumpkin Festival. And I've done this the last 3 years. It's a free game, and this game has gotten very popular all of a sudden. Well, over the years, like I think they've deserved it. It's just a really cool, charming little multiplayer pumpkin carving game. It started as just a pumpkin carving thing, but you can go and look at other people's pumpkins, and some people are insanely talented at making some amazing pumpkins, and they've had like 40,000 submissions this year, and they all end up in the world somewhere, so you just can see endless amounts of pumpkins. And then, but they've been incorporating secrets in the last couple of years, so we're going to look around and check out some of the secrets. And considering how I don't have a whole lot of time until Vinny theoretically starts streaming, um, probably aren't going to make it all the way through all the secrets, but I at least want to get as far as I can. They're kind of like escape room like secrets. They're cool in that way. And I just checked it out briefly a bit ago, and there was so many people there already. And even on Twitch, the category for this is that there's always someone there playing. So there's yeah, a lot of people playing this right now. New area is a lot shorter than the mansion last year. Okay, because the mansion last year took me a long time. I remember I was doing it for like 3 hours. I struggled with some parts as well. So last thing before I actually start the game is gonna have an unprecedented level of whimsy incorporated into the stream. I brought a costume. Actually, before I put on the costume, unzips, I have this shirt on. You're talking about the Bare Bones Puppet Theater show. This is the shirt from last year. Here, can I make this bigger? Here. Oh God, I'm too big. Oh no, and I'm overlapping that. Okay. One of my all-time favorite shirts. And here comes the whimsy. This is my head crab hat that I got right like a year or two after Half-Life 2 released. This is like the first generation of the head crab hat. And it was, I don't think they make this anymore. And they made a new version afterwards that has a lot more detail, more like bloody looking. So, uh, suddenly I am head crab zombie. I love the legs on the sides. Yeah, this is the OG. Well, this one isn't debeaked. I am in excruciating pain right now. Oh no. Should have duplicated the source. Oh no. Why doesn't it let me just... Oh, shoot. Uh, wait, what's the shortcut to center? Oh God. Centered. Okay, it's D. Is that good enough? I think it is good enough for now. Okay, so without further ado, let us go play the game. Gonna be over here, and I feel like there was something else I was gonna, I don't remember. All right, Ghost Town Pumpkin Festival. Ah. So first things first is that I'm going to make my Ghost. Already perfect. That's me. Boundlessly Spooky Mage. I remember the audio being a little bit louder. I don't know if I'm boundlessly spooky. Used to be able to play Moonlight Sonata on the piano. Is there a mouth that is just a single dot? What is this? Here we go. Hey, it's me. Oh, we can see what other hats that are available. Also, Vinny might be playing this tonight. If you all want to get in before the absolute waterfall of players that would join when he joins. Before the servers crash, yeah. So they've added a lot this year. Added even more universes to place pumpkins in. Let's fix a bunch of stuff. Fixed issue with the lunar cycle. Just fixing the moon. I think I can... Nice, I like how you can just keep shuffling. So I'm not creative, so I'm just going to... And also to save time, because this system is actually very robust. Like, people make some absolutely mind-bogglingly detailed pumpkins. So what I'm going to do... Be very creative. Wow, easy. Damn. Creativity is flowing. Okay, so I think so I have it saved. So now. Whoa, what? Getting abducted immediately upon joining? So I'm the Strange World. So I think that's the server that I'm in right now, is the Strange World. And my god, look at all these people. I have the... I feel like the audio is really quiet. Everything's maxed out. Maybe that's just me being quiet. Damn, look at this guy. So all the pumpkins that you see here are things that other players made. What? Someone stole my idea. Can't believe 3 dots can exist in other places. Why is he so small? Disgusting. Yeah, DMCA takedown incoming. I always like the ones that explore the space. Here's the coolest one yet. Entirely brave cryptid. Accidentally angry pumpkin. Scientifically gorgeous pumpkin. I really like the random generation of stuff. Oh my god. What I wish they'd let you do, first of all, is you can change the settings to make it show the actual names. Really? I don't know, the generated names are pretty funny too. I wish that you could click on a pumpkin and then bring it up like a 3D model that you could rotate around. That would be cool. Like this guy. Fully anxious Ouija board user. As you know, just creative placement of pumpkin, I think, is a part of the presentation as well. Not just what the pumpkin looks like, but where you choose to put it. Does it say, I love my wife? Wow. Doing the bare minimum. No. Oh yeah, the music I was playing earlier was Binding of Isaac Anti-Birth, and the person that uploaded the music to YouTube was called Freddy Fazfuck. I'm just like, damn, that is a badass name. You were talking about the prestigious Fazfuck family. Well, that's right, you can... I like the generated chat messages. You can be like, I'm gonna freak. Hey, Snowmancer. Are you chatting from Powderhorn Park? Or are you going at a different day? Or are you not going entirely? Mushrooms. Wish I could crouch down to see some of these better. Coca-Cola. There's a lot of just brand names. At Captain Chia. Oh, you have the same headcrab hat? Nice. This is the first generation ones. Hoping to go tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, all the past years I went on Halloween. I was just talking earlier in the stream. Just showing some of the images that the group was sending out on Facebook. Some previews. They have some like the theme this year is up in smoke. So they're probably going to do a bunch of water or smoke and fire related things. But because they're in Powderhorn Park, they're able to use the pond that's out there, and it looks like they're going to be doing some like raft, like floating big glowing things out into the pond. Whoa. It's my favorite show. Hilariously regular thing. Dudes rock. This dude is rocking something right now. Oh, I didn't even acknowledge the fact that over here they just declared that aliens are not real. There are consequences spreading rumors. It's always important to fact check any information you read on unauthorized notices. False or misleading information is not funny. It might seem kind of funny at times, but it is not. It is unlawful to go about here and there spreading silly lies to confuse people about the undeniable fact that aliens are not real. Any further insistence about this shall not be tolerated. See for yourself. Aliens are real. Stop paying rent. It's a cool inclusion. And then there was like, within seconds of me joining, I got abducted by an alien. Haunted by ghosts? Have you considered you were the ghost all along? Know the signs. You can't really remember your past. When you try to leave the house, you get lost in a foggy forest. I wish. People don't seem to really notice you. That's very much a part of my life. You never need to go to the washroom. You still dress like it's 1950s. I should go to a vintage clothing store and just buy a bunch of old clothes. Maybe that would be my new style. I don't know. Have you seen this man? He owes me $82. Damn. Knew I shouldn't have trusted that guy, especially around light switches. I think. So last year, okay, yeah, last year they had the mansion. The Evil Manor. Can you solve the mysteries of the Evil Manor? Oh, there's a keypad. Before entering, please take note of the following. Progress is not synced. Wait, is this the same as last year's? Doors will not unlock for others. Collaboration is encouraged. It's more fun to solve with friends. Use one of the following codes for a family-friendly manner. 6660 for blood and spooky ambience. 663 for blood and jump scares. 6666. You can adjust these later in the settings. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to go full jump scare. And I like this pumpkin. Potentially foolish alien. I don't think there is going to be anywhere for me to put my pumpkin. Look, you can look at the other people currently solving stuff. And all I want to say is that I'm gonna freak. Um, checking something. Oh, that's right. Ads are a thing, aren't they? Was this in the most open world automatically? Okay, well, because I don't have a whole lot of time on stream, oh, this is cool. I'm gonna go straight to the puzzle, just so that I can spend some time doing it. But, unfortunately, I have an ad that's about to play. So, real quick, I'm gonna play the dumb ad. And I'm gonna, BRB while that is going. But there shouldn't be any more ads for the rest of the stream, maybe? We'll see. Okay, so uh, So, of course, I just happen to notice that Vinny decides to start his stream a whole hour early. So he's already streaming right now, but I'm going to keep going because otherwise it'll just be an hour stream of me talking about random stuff. But I'm going to keep going. I'm with my friends, this person says. And I'm going to say, I'm going to freak. Do you want to freak? Uh-oh. Does freak already have an established vocabulary in this universe? All right, so I'm going to start it at 666. Oh, I turned the audio off. There we go. All right. Into the jump scare mansion. Should put Vinny's stream in the corner. Well, I secretly have Vinny's stream playing in the corner on my desk. So this looks very similar to last year. Oh, we have an orb. Hey, I recently made an orb for the first time for moths. So I'm now very critical of looking at how other people portray their orbs. And I used the Poyomi shader that's actually used in VR chat, but I used it in the VTubing app, and it worked pretty similarly. A lot of different ways to do it. Yeah, Vinny's stream will be the Subway Surfers in the corner. So this so far seems like the same puzzle as last year. Does anyone who's done this, did they add an additional one? Um... Oh. New stuff is in a different building. Oh, so they just have the old one here. Okay. I would say, hey, let me just speed run the old one real quick, but then I have like almost no recollection about like what most of the old stuff was. Trade a coin for guidance. It'll still take like an hour to speedrun it. Yeah. I'm just trying to remember what the very first thing was. Lost items. That's right. Already found the code to the first safe, but with a code like that, I doubt they really care about security around here. Nice. Oh yeah, I remember this. You gotta like collect all the puzzle pieces and put it on the thing and rearrange them. Okay, well, I have a VOD recording of me doing like 2/3 of this puzzle. But it's really cool. I mean, you can kind of do it with a group of people if you feel like it. They said new stuff is in a building downtown. Let me take a look. Hey, we saw this character when we were doing Yume Tuki stuff. I always forget what the character's name is, but there was like a fan project using it. And they have prime location here. Good composition with the three all together. It says, I love my girlfriend who has migraines. Cool. Is that implying that you would like not love someone if could potentially not love them because they experience migraines? If Shrek. Like this abstract one. Scientifically helpful scarecrow. Scarecrow. That's a pretty furious wizard. They're so cool. Vainly glamorous. Love your girlfriend because she is a worm. Is that the thing now these days? You gotta ask people, would you love me if I were a worm? Oh, we got alien stuff going on. Also, a bit ago, I heard Vinny on stream say that he's not going to be playing this year. Unless I misheard what he was saying. Hey, we got a Silk Song reference. What does it say? Shui? Schwa? Just Lazy Pumpkin. Ooh, I like the projection onto the wall. She says Shaw. Oh. Hey, I recognize this face. Accidentally eerie celebrity. I like when spooky ambience is actually just coming from a radio sitting around the corner. Watch everything load in. Got Speng. Wow, look at this use of space. Negative space. These seasoned warriors. I lost myself in the maze. Someone made a Tamagotchi, like carving it within a space like that. It's very creative. Seems like Tamagotchi have been making a comeback. Like, are they actually making new ones? Like, is it an official company that is producing these? Or is it like a, like the original company? Or is this just like a fan remake of them? My God. Platforming is not very pleasant here because there's so much air acceleration, if that's even the right word. Oh my god. Yeah, Bun Time has a lot of Tamagotchis. I don't know if it's plural for Tamagotchi, because just adding an S, is that improper? Kind of people say pierogis, even though pierogi is already, or pieroge is already plural. Oh my god, this platforming is miserable. Because you slide around so much. Okay. Garf. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, maybe it's not worth going to the wait, this goes way higher than I thought it did. Some influencers have been trying to make Tamagotchis popular again. It's like a tricky thing, because like with cell phones, you know, it's pretty easy to just download a virtual pet app. So it's like they're going to have to offer something that is different than just downloading an app. I mean, I like the low fidelity technology of them that makes it more charming, where it's not coming out of like a HD OLED screen at 60 FPS or whatever. So the nostalgic factor, because I also had Gigapets. Which Gigapet was is a direct imitation of Tamagotchi, I remember. But it had specific animals, like I had a dog one and a frog. And they were very cool, and they had a lot more animations going on with them, and there's just more interactivity. I think like just overall just had more features, and it was more fun to play with. So I never actually got an authentic, real Tamagotchi, so I settled for the Gigapet. Or Gigapet? Wow, I just entered the maze and I'm already stuck. Oh my god, it's people riding a tractor around? That's adorable. How do I get out? And I actually owned the or I actually owned the original Digimon before it got turned into like an animated series and all of that stuff. So I had like the actual virtual pet Digimon that they're like Tamagotchis that you could connect to each other and fight each other. But I didn't know anyone. I didn't have very many friends growing up, so I ended up buying 2 of them so that I could fight myself. Gnome will rescue me. Oh, there we go. Wow. Case of emergency, hit me up. And from like learning other languages, it's funny that people learning English, like in this one app I was using, there was an English phrase of learning hit me up. And I was just thinking, like, what a weird phrase. Like, if you literally translate it, you know, it's just like you're requesting that someone hits you. Like, I never say hit me up ever normally, but I guess it's a common enough slang for some people that it's being taught from people learning English. I just kind of feel like maybe you shouldn't use this phrase. Ah, yes, incredible. No, I was definitely thinking of Gigapet. It wasn't Digipet. This one came out pretty. It was like a year or so after the Tamagotchi was really in peak popularity. I think like in the 90s, in like 90, like late 90s, I think. So I remember being in elementary school. That was the 90s. Hayride of Horror. This.
Hey, champ. I'm gonna need you to work late tonight. Thanks for being a team.
Employment is scary, but unemployment is also scary. Oh my god. Wait, alien with a knife? It changes everything. Just really like how there's becoming so many more of these type of just casual multiplayer games like this. Ones where you're just all hanging out together, but you're not like explicitly there to fight each other. Like you're just kind of hanging out, like WizMud, for people that know what that is. Where it's just kind of a collective sandbox. I mean, I wish there was more interactions that we could do with each other, but I think this one is just a lot about just wandering around and enjoying the sights and sounds together. But I really enjoy that there's just becoming so many more games that are like this. And that's like a type of game that I'd really like to make. And like I have so many ideas for games that I want to make that are all written down and in great detail. And I think I have the skills needed to make all of these things happen. It's just a matter of trying to actually, get the motivation and the time to do it. But I definitely like that sort of approach where you're just sort of, there's a big world. You can do a main objective if you want, but ultimately it's just about a lot of just things going on in the world. So I realized, is my mic's compressor, did it turn itself off again? Test, test. Okay, no, it shouldn't be. So I was watching the VOD of the Aneurysm 4 stream and my mic was peaking like crazy. But, mic was peaking like crazy, but it was because the OBS compressor got turned off somehow. But it should be on now, so I shouldn't have any, like, too crazy loud of sounds. Also, just reminded me that after Halloween, there's going to be another big Monsters and Memories playtest. I think it's going to be another week-long one. And Monsters and Memories is that classic MMO-inspired game that I've been playing a lot of. I missed the last couple tests, but they're going to be releasing an early access. I think it's still beginning of 2026, so next year. And it's hard to believe that that time has already come pretty close. Because I remember when they announced that, I was like, oh my God, that's so far away, but it's already getting a lot closer to that. And, you know, they have all kinds of promises that they're going to have on release. Drum lessons, $25 per hour, and the dollar sign is in the wrong position. Professional award-winning teacher open to all alive or dead. Email me at drummingforlife@drumming.ca. Is this game made by Canadians? That's a real scary part. Whoa. Okay, reporting this one. But there is yeah, so Monsters and Memories are gonna have it's probably gonna be one of the last play tests before they go into early access, which means that you're gonna now this is gonna be one of the last tests that you can play for free. So if anyone was thinking about playing the game and want to give it a try for free, if you like classic MMOs, then I recommend getting in on the tests. Because I think there's going to be like one more test, I think in December, and I think that's it. This is like monstersandmemories.com. So if you like EverQuest, you should give it a try. Hey, Phoenix Seraph, thank you. Put a lot of work into finding this hat that I got like in 2005, 2007. Found it in my closet and then put it on. Hello, Nevi. What game is in the test? It's the, here, I'll give you a link. I've been following this game since the very early development. It's called Monsters and Memories, and I've made videos about it on my YouTube channel, and I've streamed some of it. Because I played classic EverQuest a lot as a kid, and then I revisited it more recently. And I'm not really an MMO person, but I like classic MMO design, like the simplicity and like charming art direction of it all. Also, I wish I could be at this party right now. In the real. Because these are the kinds of people that I would like to hang out with. And for people that don't know, the game that I'm playing right now is the Ghost Town Pumpkin Festival. There's a link to it here, and everyone is there's a ton of people playing it right now. All these ghosts are real people. It's mostly just a lighthearted wander around town and admire all these pumpkins that people made, and they got like 40,000 submissions or something this year. You can carve your own and you can put them in the town, except everything is so full. Oh, is this where the new secrets are? Let's see. But they always incorporate some kind of like mystery each year. And the servers are only up for like a week. Oh no, it's up for all of October, and then they take the servers down a week after Halloween. IRL Ghost. A haunting story. It's educational. Pumpkins are saved locally? Oh, I didn't know that. Ghost Town Pumpkin Quiz. What is a ghost's favorite flavor? Depends on the ghost. Oh. Guess they're not individuals with individual preferences. What song plays while designing your ghost? Moonlight Sonata, C. I used to be able to play that song. Or a version of it, probably a very simplified version. This is the pre-show. Oh. How long is the hayride? I imagine 90 seconds. Damn, I'm an expert. What did the skeleton get for fishing the Maze of Madness? I have no idea. A t-shirt. I beat the Maze of Madness and all I got was his t-shirt. Which of these items is not on the pumpkin carving table? An apple? Oh. Yeah, someone walking in front of everyone on the screen. You finished a quiz. Like we're all just like sitting around here in the theater. Is the new puzzle content in the theater? Festival was inspired by Harvard Street Pumpkin Fest in the land of the living. I think I've played this like 4 years in a row now. I like when people just destroy their pumpkin, and that's the carving. Wait, what was that? Oops. Looking around, okay. Thank you for making you discover YNOP. YNOP. What was that? I'm trying to remember what that's even an acronym for. Humanity Online. Oh, yeah. Guess I never even thought of the acronym, but yeah, I am glad to have been able to get you into that, because I was just very new to it as well. And then I ended up spending, you know, like a total of like 15 hours or something on stream playing it, so now I very much enjoy it. And I'd like to make my own world sometimes. Bathroom code. 2132.3. Okay. Ooh, theft. What a weird coincidence. I come across this and Vinny is talking about this right now. Well, that's right, because it ends in project. Yumeniki Online Project. And when I looked at their Discord, I didn't realize that they do like giant group tours where they just have a huge amount of people, like almost so many players on screen all at the same time that it ends up being like the screen consists more of other players than anything else. Ah, yes. 21,323. I wonder if this works in real life. Of course, this guy would be hanging out in the bathroom. I'm actually watching Vinny right now while I'm streaming on my phone, because I didn't think he would be streaming an hour early. Oh, hey, things happening. The game's audio is as loud as it can go. Ooh, I like this wizard. This looks like either a wizard or a clown academy. I see a lot of neck ruffles, but maybe that's a sign of wizard prestige. Everyone's here. Wait a minute, is this not To the Moon, what's it called, like Journey to, I can't remember, the famous, like one of the earliest depictions of space flight in film? I like how in silent films, how they have like all kinds of implied dialogue happening. It's like when they filmed this, they probably were actually saying things, but then the film was designed to just give the impression of conversation happening, not that you need to actually know what's being said. It's like so much more left up to your imagination. Trip to the Moon, yeah. Wow, look at this guy taking up the whole front of the screen. This is why we need an op in the back to snipe the people jumping out in front of the screen. But I like that it is actually being projected onto the wall so that it overlaps people getting in the front. That's right, there was a movie made about this director. What was the name of the movie? I think I saw it. So the other idea of going to space is just making a giant gun, then put a person inside the bullet and then shoot them at the moon. Guess that's not too far separated. Something I think about a lot, not a lot, but I think about is that a gun is just a very advanced way to throw a rock. Like humans have liked throwing objects at things as precisely and high velocity as possible. And over the generations, they just aspired to let's make the rock really small, made out of a very hard object, and let's throw it as fast as we can. But like, hey, we can use explosions to accelerate this rock even faster, and we can shoot this rock more accurately if it's put into a long tube, and the explosion happens behind the object, which propels it down through the tube, and we can carve a spiral pattern within this tube so that the rock rotates as it's exiting the tube to be even more precise. It's like all humans have ever wanted to do is just throw rocks in more precise ways, do harm against other humans. Humans will go to great lengths to do as much harm as precisely as possible to other humans. Well, here it goes. And how do they even film a lot of this? Because this is all, you know, practical effects and like paintings. And I like how the matte paintings are all stylized. Like they weren't even trying to be realistic. Just embracing the stylized nature of it all. It's so... There he goes. Here it comes. Hey, look, it's me. I bet everyone in chat right now has at least seen this clip at some point. There it is. The moon has met with a terrible fate. I like how they could just breathe. No problem. This reminds me a lot of like stage theater. Of how they're just like, okay, we all just need to be constantly gesturing and pretending as if we're in conversation at all times. It also makes me wonder if during this time when this was made, if they just didn't know about the lack of oxygen in space, or if they just artistic choice to just be like, hey, whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot about this part. So they're... Like how Jupiter was just like an old man with a beard. It's supposed to be Zeus? These set designs are so cool. Does anyone remember what... There's a word for general noise of people talking. Does anyone know what the word for that is? It's like I think it's more often used in theater where like they phrase that not just like commotion. Is it din? I thought it was a more like a longer word than that. Cacophony. Also, hello, Strawberry Rose Garden. Let's see if I can Google it real quick. I mean, cacophony is one of the words. Murmur. Forgot there was like an entire alien race. And I like this is like what this director anyway was thinking of what aliens would look like. I'm just Googling right now. I can't quite find it. Oh. Okay, the word I was thinking of is Walla. W-A-L-L-A. Happily ever after. Damn. Beautiful. Walla can refer to the background murmur of a crowd in film and broadcasting. Huh. Yeah, W-A-L-L-A. Well, that was... Whoa. Dropped my key. Well, that was a really cool, I guess, Easter egg for them to include. That's right, I got a new key. Yes, solar warfare. Ah. Wow, this is a popular spot. This area is strictly off limits. If you insist on entering anyway, some things you should know. Okay, progress is not synced. Okay, it's the same thing as before. If you want to disable all scary elements, but replace any blank with a JPEG of a dog, or disable all scary elements. I want everything. I want it to be as maximally scary as possible. Ah. How fitting of a choice of hat for this. Nice pumpkin. What does it want? Where did the tapes come from? Do not stare. 4 tapes. Allegedly cursed tapes to be shown at theater for a night of spooky fun. I really appreciate that they're just calling them tapes. Not saying VHS tapes, VHS tapes. Staff from local theater still missing. As the second week of the search begins, family and friends are starting to lose hope. Weakest crowbar ever made. Tape. You have to get a second crowbar. Gasp. 0 or theta. 1. What? Very scary. Hmm. I go in circles. Also, in case there's anyone who missed it earlier, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a group VR chat thing where anyone in chat or on my Discord or whatever are all welcome to join us. Going to be looking at some spooky worlds in VR chat. And then also ending the night at a place called the Great Pug, where they do a Halloween thing where they just have a lot of like music that's synchronized and everything is all themed and very tastefully spooky. But oh my god, go away. But if anyone wants to join, I set up a VR chat group. And here I'm gonna do exclamation point VR chat. You can get a link to the group. But the group is just how we'll be letting people in and out of the instances that we start to join. And I'm going to be going around the worlds and all that regardless of if anyone's there, but if anyone decides that they want to join, they can. And keep in mind that anyone can play VR chat. You don't have to have VR equipment to play it. Literally anyone, if you have a phone, you can even join from an iPhone or Android and desktop or VR. God, things are ramping up. And you don't have to talk on the microphone or anything if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can also. Stream wouldn't load for 30 minutes? Are you using the app? Weird. Like, was it specifically my stream, or was it like just Twitch in general? And also, hello, Mr. Kritz. Oh my god, I keep walking in circles. That's what I'm looking for. It was only my stream, and it was just a black screen. That is very weird. Yeah, I don't know if that would be because because I wasn't playing an ad. Which I do have an ad coming up in 3 minutes, unfortunately. I feel like I'm going back into the same places. Well, I apparently need just one more tape. will. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because I have the ad coming, I'm going to play the ad. It'll be 3 minutes in order to get rid of pre-roll ads. And then I will be back. I don't know if I'll be going too much longer. I want to at least see the end of this. I didn't have any other games planned. We're hoping to do a lot more tomorrow for actual Halloween, but there's like so many other Halloween things all happening at the same time. Because, you know, it's all in one day. Alright. I will be right back. 3 minutes. Sorry about the ads. All right, so we're back. Sorry about the ad. I was checking my bank account to see if I was paid yet, and I wasn't. Disappointing. If I need a hint on the maze to let you know. Trying to think. Because I just have the last tape, and I'm guessing that the tape is going to be in a particularly tricky spot. Oh, just sitting out here in plain sight. Let me turn the audio back on. Wait, I didn't know I could die. Oh my god, that's so loud. Hope I didn't lose progress. Oh, there he is again. Here we go. Yes, here we go. Oh my god. What? This looks like a stage in a Bayonetta game. People can put their pumpkins out here too. Prime real estate. Oh, we're friends now? I made a new friend today. Well, that's adorable. Excuse me, that is Polish. It says, nie dotykać urządzenie elektroniczne. Only thing I know is don't do something, because nie urządzenie elektroniczne. So don't do something around the electronics. I don't know enough vocabulary. Zabronione? Oh, you're not running away? Finally, listen, I think we started off on the wrong foot. Can we start over? Sure. My name is Carl. I'm a theater technician. I like old movies, lo-fi music, and I'm an amateur entomologist. Sorry, that's super unrelated. I'm so awkward. Anyway, sorry I freaked you out. I saw you enter the maintenance area and it's like a maze back there. You look pretty lost, so I was trying to escort you out, but you kept running away. Well, no hard feelings, right? If you want to leave, just head over to the right. So, I think I already know why, but why did you keep running away? I have a crush on you, and I'm shy. Really? Yeah, you're my type. I don't know what to say. Thanks. That's usually the reaction I get anyway. But, I don't know, formless entities are all the rage these days. Toad. Reserved. So where, Ducky, is this you with the glasses? Curiously celebratory thing? Sure is. Haha, thought so. Is there any more beyond this? I just died. Died as a ghost. Yeah, it's pretty short. No, I think it's a cool little inclusion. I'm glad they included the original puzzle as well. Now the real challenge is going to be to try to find a place to put my pumpkin. So right now, I think I'm in a the strange world. No, here's the other servers. You die as a ghost, you just become human again? I think that would be too easy of a loophole. I don't know what happens. The boring world? Okay, that is definitely... I'm gonna put my pumpkin in the boring world. Now, gotta find it. What is a place that would fit me? Is there like a puddle? Or a, let's see. Maybe something will call to me. Ow. Yeah, I saw that in the movies. They're showing how the map was expanded on over the years. It's really cool. I'm glad this has been so successful because I just, like I was saying, I really like this kind of concept for a game where it's just very casual hangout. And it's nice to have some seasonal spooky things that aren't just, you know, horror games, but things that are just more the vibe of Halloween. Oh, that's how people are shrinking. Nature lover. Wait. Uh, you're taking too long, it says. The dancing apple? Another pumpkin that says you're taking too long, but it's spelled Y-O-U-R? Is that a meme that I'm not aware of? Is I heart Katie? I heart Jeremy? How dare these people be publicly in love? I heart Julia? Guys, this is Halloween. Rebel the Panda TTV? People advertising their Twitch streams. Oh my god. Art reference. I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is not a pipe. This is what art majors would think are hilarious. Seriously, Frank Pumpkin. In fact, I think the theme being communicated by this famous work of art is relevant to the fact that we're playing a video game that is a representation, just in the same way that the pipe is a mere representation. It is not real. It is not a pipe. This is not a pumpkin patch. I am not a ghost. Ceaseless Watcher. Okay. Triumphantly disturbed pumpkin. Technically petrifying person. The germ. Gengar. Always a fan of Gengar. I know, as a kid, Gengar was always one of my favorites. Then I kind of became more of a Haunter. I don't know how to feel about Haunter being very large tongue and licking oriented of a ghost. I don't know, is that like a Japanese thing? Have ghosts associated with big tongues and licking, just like the Boos in Mario? It seems to be a theme that I see come up. Ooh. Is there a pun that can be made with rats and a Ouija board? Also, I like how it just says Luigi at the top. Always a fan of dense patterning. Sometimes remarkable. I think like... Okay. So if I take it out, then I think it'll show the glowing spots. I think the ghosts licking thing is just Asian in general. Interesting. I haven't actually carved a pumpkin in like 20 years. When I think about it. I don't know, because I more like the idea of pumpkin carving than the actual doing of it. Because then it's like, well, now I just have this big vegetable that is a, what is a pumpkin? Is it a, it's a gourd something, isn't it? But yeah, then you just have this big like rotting thing that is kind of a pain to get rid of. So I think doing this digitally gives all the good parts without the bad parts of having a pumpkin. And I did actually, with my most recent ex, we made pumpkin pie from a pumpkin. We didn't use like the canned filling or whatever. We actually just used a pumpkin that was meant for baking, at least. I don't know what the differences would be from just a random one a pumpkin you'd buy from a store versus a cooking one. I mean, it looked like a regular pumpkin. It was smaller, and then we took the guts out of it, and then we like actually made the pumpkin pie material out of the pumpkin itself. Oh yes, I like this one. I don't know, some reason I never not laugh with eye, lips, eye emoji face. There's something about it is just so good. Colleen. Wonder what these ones that say reserved are for. Do they have like VIP spots? Ah, here's a spot. Wait, you can't have 4 eyes and lips. That's illegal. Well, maybe it's appropriate for me to be located near the puzzle mansion. I'll just put it there. Wow. High effort. Oops. Let's see if I can remember how I did this. Okay, here's what I've been looking like. Wait, I should go get a picture next to my pumpkin. Can't believe it was a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, when I was streaming the same thing, and it was a part of a charity stream. Remember Hexen Hell had a charity thing going on, and a bunch of us streamed for it. No, Lugnutto, you streamed for it. I think you were the first one, and then Moths, and also me, and Buntime, and Agent Red Jackal. That was a really good time. That was the last thing I did at my old apartment before I moved out, so it kind of has like a special place in my heart when it was all going on. 'Cause I was about to go through a huge life change at that point. And then it did happen. That's when you discovered moths. It's always a good time when you discover moths. It's me and my son. I don't even know where it saves these screenshots. Oh yeah, moths discovered you. What world am I in? So hello, stereotype. Stereotypo. I'm in the boring world, very fittingly. I'm in, yeah, boring world. When viewing screenshots, there's a button to open the folder. Wait, do I have past years? Oh my god! No, see, now this is interesting because, you know, I think virtually nobody recognized this, but I changed my logo. And so this was fittingly my old original logo, this sort of orientation of it. And I also put it kind of outside the mansion. And I use this face. And then now I have my new one. How cool. Is that a Hilux reference? Maybe? See, now it's starting to get confusing about what's a Silk Song reference and what's a Hilux reference, because they both have big horned heads. Nice to see my pumpkins. You commenting on the size of my pumpkins? I mean, it's just like 3 circles. I didn't put any effort into it. But thank you. You put your entries into the Vinesauce subreddit this year. Yeah, I don't know if Vinny's gonna play this. I think he just said on stream a little bit ago that, because someone was asking about it. I don't know if he's gonna actually play it. Because that's kind of the thing that's been happening, is that there's been so many new releases around Halloween time that it's hard to fit everything in. I mean, a lot of people are playing, you know, Silent Hill F. Which is a very time-consuming thing to play. All right, so what do we got? So do I have the continuation of... So this is probably... here. No. Got the tips of the moon. The corner of the bat. And I did I completed the entirety of this puzzle last year, but it's been so long that like I barely remember what all goes into it. Okay, so this goes down here. Um, the stream froze. Looks like I dropped some frames, but it should be back. He said it's back on reload. Huh. Yeah, there's always a chance of internet being weird. Oh. I think I gotta move everything up. So throughout my years doing ARGs and puzzles and escape rooms and stuff like that, I've done a lot of thinking about like what sort of puzzles that I enjoy the most. And I've noticed that a lot of what I tend to like the most are puzzles that are observational, where whether or not the puzzle exists is a part of the puzzle. Like when I've done escape rooms, that's usually some of my favorite things, is when you're just looking to see if there's a puzzle somewhere. And just the thrill of doing that. And I think that's why I like Easter eggs in games, is because of the whole discovery process, the adventure. So then once you actually have all the pieces and you're there working on it, it's not as exciting for me. Because I like being able to just like look around a room, look around a game, and just like kind of look at like what's different, what patterns are there, like the recognition and things like that. No, you can post whatever you want in chat. Um, 489. Wait, 489-62351. So it's gonna be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, okay. 489-627. 627-351. Yay. Look at this guy. Well, that's you, Fungus. It shows a very cursed face. Borderline illegal face. Checking out your link. Booty, please. Play DMC. 2? Very spooky. Do I have my OBS set up where I can just do this? Kind of. Guess that sort of worked. So here's one of Stereotypo's pumpkins. Or, it's... Wait, it's Lil Melp. Talking about Vinny's Melpert? It's inappropriate. Is this an ass? Unbelievable. It's just a cat. Chat. Extremely cursed. Wait, is this all in one pumpkin or are these different ones? Oh, OBS is being weird. No, it's a cat. What cat? I know it's different reference. Interesting. It's all in one pumpkin. He's gonna have to get a trebuchet and launch the pumpkin at Staten Island, and then Vinny will see it that way. I still remember that someone in one of my science classes, physics class actually, built a trebuchet as a class project. That is no easy thing to do. But what was the funny thing about it is, so it was a physics class, and one of the final projects of the year was going to be related to, I don't remember what the actual assignment was, but it was like, you could either make a rocket or a trebuchet, or just some kind of like projectile throwing thing. And we had a day where we were just way out on one of the like football fields or something like that. And the teacher was just like, yeah, just bring whatever you guys made out here. And it was like this really unorganized thing. People were just bringing what they made, and I made like a rocket kind of thing for the class. And about like 30 minutes into it, one of like the campus security people, or not campus, but like one of the school security people showed up and was just out talking to our teacher. And then she came back and was just kind of like really visibly upset about something, but we kept doing what we were doing for the rest of the day. And we knew that she was going to be one of the, like, this was like her last year at the school already. And she never said this, but I'm pretty sure she didn't get permission of any kind to let us just launch rockets and like, throw projectiles with crudely put together homemade trebuchets out on the school's football fields. So she was just like, just saying like, fuck it, last day working at this school. Let's just let the students do whatever they want. So we didn't get in trouble, but I think she did. But it was funny. And I remember that one of the people in our class had an older brother that had a Range Rover. I don't know if anyone drove a Range Rover in like the early 2000s, but he just drove it straight out onto the field and left like huge tire tracks. It's funny. Go out with a bang, with actual exploding things. Treasure inside, guarded by 3 fearsome monsters. Defeat them, and the prize shall be yours. So I remember this was a very clever puzzle. Six, 6, 4. Wait. I misread that. 6, 6, 4, 8. But with like my classes in school, I feel like I got away with not doing nearly as much work as other people had to do because, we had a physics requirement and a chemistry requirement, But I managed to get into an experimental hybrid class that was both chemistry and physics all in 1 year. Well, 1 trimester, because my school worked off of trimesters instead of semesters. And whereas other people had to have like a full trimester of just physics and then another full one of chemistry, and those classes seemed to be way harder. And I never had to take calculus in school because I got to use a hybrid class that was called FST. It was Functions, Statistics, and Trigonometry. And I got to take that instead of calculus, so I didn't ever have to do calculus either. Oh yeah, thanks for stopping by, Stereotypo. And welcome to the stream. In general. A nice hat. Well, thank you. Put a lot of work into finding it in the closet and putting it on. I remember this puzzle took me a long time to figure out. Trying to remember what the thing even was. I think it was like sound. Oh, we have to find different ways of ordering it. You just saw KY play A Little to the Left. Oh, I forgot about that game. It's like a puzzle game about just like patterns in ordinary everyday life kinds of things. I got to play that sometime. Even just for like the absurdity of the game. I thought it was really funny how it was designed. Okay, so I did sound. Now what about total sides? So I think you would... Is a sphere a one-sided shape? Oops. Okay, and then... by color? Then... just size, I guess. Yay. And keep in mind, I did play this a year ago, but I don't remember exactly how everything is, so it's kind of vague memories. 33... 8... I don't have any memory of that. Game's just like putting things in order. Right. I remember the game is very like very like OCD as in like gamifying, being obsessive about organization and kind of like, but to a funny level. Swear to God, this Roblox face. Oh, that's right. Rotating horse heads. I don't remember what all was going on for these. So I do remember this one. So southeast, west, north. I'm trying to remember because at the time, I remember thinking that what my initial thought about what the solution was supposed to be, I thought was better than what the real solution was. I don't remember exactly what it was though. Remember what I thought it was. The compass. All right. Shortcut. Oh no, these puzzles. Remember this one on the computer took me a long time to figure out because I overcomplicated it like crazy. Remember the laptop is showing the different moves that chess pieces can make. Bishop, pawn, queen, uh, king. So bishop, pawn, queen, king. Uh, 7, 8, 5, 3. 7, 8, 5, 3, 2, 1. 7, 8, 5, 3, 2, 1. 7, 8, 5, 3, 2. Okay. I'm glad I remembered that one. So I remember I was thinking very well, first of all, I thought that this was just decoration on the monitor, so I failed that much by just like not recognizing that this was showing chess patterns. I thought it was just like hacker stuff going on. So then I was trying to think about the placement of each of the pieces and using like letters. I was like, okay, so A is A1 and then F2 and then trying to like spell out a word using the letters that were part of the coordinates for each of the pieces on there. Hello to Cookie, welcome. Thank you. my first generation head crab hat. And actually, I don't know if I should show it on stream. You know what? I will. I use this as part of a bigger, like the only time I ever cosplayed was using this. I think I have this picture still. Shoot, I don't know if I have this photo on my computer. Grr, I don't see it. I don't even know where the picture would be. Well, anyway, I dressed up as a male version of Alex. And I found a very similar like fake leather jacket where I like put duct tape in the same places, and I have somewhere I have an actual Black Mesa sweatshirt or hoodie, same one that, well, similar one that she wears in the game. And I actually didn't own blue jeans. I mean, I have jeans, but I don't have blue jeans, so I had to buy some really cheap ones that were very distressed looking to kind of match hers. And then I bought a like utility belt, and I found a string of some like blue LED lights that I wrapped around like a fork to look like her multi-tool thing that she uses to unlock doors. And then I just had some similar shoes. Yeah, the one day where cosplay is normal. But I still felt weird walking around in the costume. I remember, like, I think it was on Halloween and I was going to an event and I, you know, had it on and I was like walking to the place. But, you know, I had the head crab hat on. Oh, and I also wore the costume to an anime convention. And I did get a picture with a Gordon Freeman cosplayer who had way higher effort into his HEV suit costume than me. Heard blue LEDs and you thought, ew, what do you have against blue LEDs? Uh-oh. Spooky. They're too bright. They are really distressing, anxiety-inducing. So I don't know if people can just have like blue light in their room at all times. Like people that just have like very intensely colored light shining in their rooms. I feel like that just like would wear on your eyes really bad. After exploring the secret behind the office, I thought I'd take a moment to rest here. I've decided to leave my spare notepad here to listen, to lighten my pack. I sure hope no one takes it while I'm gone. Immediately steals the notepad. Yeah, I mean, I guess if your lights are adjustable in your room, I can understand changing it for different occasions. It would just be hard for me to have a like very vibrant light on all the time. Interesting. Yeah, I prefer sort of more orangey lights. I feel like I'm very affected by lighting conditions in rooms. In fact, when I'm using my camera like this, I don't have other lights on in the room, just so that the room behind me looks black and it better frames whatever is going on in the camera right now. I don't even know. And so normally I would have like a lamp on in the corner because I really don't like light coming from above shining down. I think it's just stressful to have bright light shining from the ceiling straight down. I like having light kind of in a corner coming from a lamp or something. Like one or two lamps in a room. And I don't want to be able to see the source of the light, so I have like some kind of shade over it to like diffuse it and not be like a very distinct spotlight kind of thing. Like I don't want really harsh shadows on stuff. It kind of like more evenly lit, warmer conditions. And I like cold weather and cold things in general. There's some reason for lights, I just prefer there to always just kind of be a more orangish color to it all. Darkness hides what's behind me. Huh? It's actually not as dark as it looks, because like my monitors are lighting the room behind me, but it doesn't look like that to you guys. Okay, what was the next? Kusel? Oh no, my phone's battery's gonna die in a sec. One moment. Cameras and video compression hate darkness. True. Times when I've IRL streamed, it was, well, obviously, very hard to stream stuff at night. Because it, like, darkness is just very bad at picking up, or cameras are very bad at picking up subtleties and things, especially at night. So everything just kind of bleeds together. I'm gonna have an ad, 2.5 minutes. Oh yeah, behind the office. Where's the office? It wasn't in the basement, I don't think. And I have this. I remember there was like a troll puzzle that didn't actually equate to anything. Uh 6, 8. No. 0, 8, 8, 2. Mm. 6890. Oh wait, no, 9. 9890. Hmm. Your eyes don't dilate very easily. All right, well, sorry, I have to play a 3-minute ad. I'll keep working on this puzzle while I go get a drink of water, but be right back. Sorry. Okay. I'll just leave the music quietly playing in the background. Here's a room that I have not been in yet. During this session, anyway. Ooh, rock, paper, scissors. Now I'm starting to remember this. Oh, I remember this puzzle being kind of intense. Go away, 66655. Wait, 12552. Okay, so I'm not going to be going too much longer. I'm kind of keeping an eye on Vinny's stream because I want to watch his Vinesauce Gmod Halloween. And he's probably going to BRB before he jumps into that. And I will go off stream or offline once he starts doing that because I'd like to watch that. But you know, when you play games, you find it hard to decide whether to listen to the soundtrack or your own music. I mean, I will always go for the game's audio if there is something there. But if I've been playing a game enough to where I've heard the music in it so many times that I feel like, well, like if I'm playing an MMO or something, yeah, I'll raid over to his channel. Yeah, then I'll decide to use the other thing, my own music. Okay. Now this was a very tricky mind game. Trying to remember what the logic is here. So okay. So X is circle. Circle is square. Circle. Okay, X is circle. No. You always listen to it once, but even if Skyrim is a good OST, you just want to listen to my own stuff. Well, like, I don't know, because I really like getting into the intended experience that a developer has for a game, even if it's not too completely to my own tastes. Only time that I'll just want to listen to my own stuff entirely is if I've like heard way too much of it. Like I've been playing the same part over and over and over and over again. I'm like, okay, I need to hear something new. The symbology escaped me? What symbology? Where's teardrop? Let me check. Yeah, if it's a very grindy part of a game, I'll put on different music. But I don't know how some people, when they're playing a game for the first time, that they'll just not care at all for whatever the intended sounds of the games are supposed to be. So it's like they're getting a completely different impression of what was intended. Like I'll be watching some like just random streams on Twitch. People are playing different indie games and they just have their own soundtrack just blasting over the game all throughout it. Like they're playing things for the first time. But I guess not everyone plays games to feel immersed. Sometimes they just want to like just be doing a thing and being feeling present in the game's world isn't important to them or something. These numbers all have something in common. They all equal 10. So 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay. Now we have rock. Or was it common? Commune? The square, circle, and X symbols are for a more familiar set of symbols. I was just like brute memorizing them. But were they connecting with something else? Like tic-tac-toe or something? It's not like PlayStation controller or something. Was it for something earlier in the game? I mean, I must have foregore, as they say. Because now we have circle, X square. Oh, is it rock, paper, scissors again? So like circle would be rock defeated by square paper. Then rock defeating. Aha. Always has been. I don't think I've ever in my life had, outside of this game right now, associated rock, paper, scissors with circle, X, and square. I mean, it makes sense now that I think about it, but it's like, I don't think I've ever seen it referred to that way anywhere else. Oops. Oh. All this puzzle. Remember this one took me a little while. Yeah, not outside the game. Oh, I thought you were saying like that's like a commonly known thing. These are cool. Unusually spooky pumpkin. Wondrously terrible ghoul. Okay, so I think it's when all of these people died. Be a clue in the graveyard to give you access to the red safe. We come back later when I have everything. Check the blue page. It's stored safe and sound in the basement. Oh. Or wait. So I'm surprised I haven't seen anyone else on the boring world besides Sofungus here. Because we're in a different server and this whole place was just flooded with people. Maybe for some reason a place called the boring world doesn't appeal to other people? Wait, where was that? Because there was that other safe that I haven't opened yet. I always forget where it is. Oh, why wasn't that door open? Your kin pumped this festival. They pumped it and they dumped it. Alright, so we got 4208. 4208. Yay. Eyeball. There's still quite a bit left in this thing as a whole, too. But I'm not going to get through the whole thing tonight. So like I said, I'm watching Vinny's stream on the side for when he's going to go to the Gmod thing that I want to see, and I'm going to raid him for that. But just be aware that I could very abruptly end the stream, which will be a stream first. Because, as you all know, I have Minnesota goodbye streams where it takes me 30 minutes to actually end the stream when I am ending the stream. Oh, hey, Pizza Detective. Speaking of Minnesotans. Actually, because I don't really feel like doing all of these other puzzles. And I think Vinny is probably getting to the end of this segment. So instead of getting right into a puzzle, I'm going to, well, first of all, I'm gonna freak. Here, I'll, Hey, Sofungus, say something funny. Something funny. You're the funny skeleton face, aren't you? Ooh. You can do better than that. Pressure's on. I'm gonna give up. That's funny. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna go to a different server. Different universe. Oh my god. Yeah, there's 190 people in the Strange World. Let's go check that out. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I'm glad it keeps me in here. So this is what it normally looks like. These are all players doing the puzzle right now. Look at all these crazy people. Same. Can make people nervous by approaching them and holding still and looking at them. Ah! Population got so high that they spun up more servers. Nice. Let's all look at people who are stuck on the chess puzzle. We got at least 2 people. Oh, and before I abruptly end the stream, whenever Vinny goes, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a Halloween thing in VR chat, and everybody is invited to join. You don't need VR to play VR chat. Just go to vrchat.com, make an account there, and join the server, or join the Discord server, community, chat, whatever thing. So there's a link in chat. So once you make your account, go to there and then request an invite. And if your VR chat name is different than what you use in the chat here or in the Discord, let me know on the Discord. Just so I know who's who, because I have to manually approve people for the group. But kind of around my usual start time, which is like 5 or so-ish US Central Time. Around when we're gonna start. You don't have to be there when we start either. You can just jump in, jump out whenever you want. You don't have to talk if you don't want to or anything. It's just I thought I'd try opening it up for people to just all hang out together in VR chat. Gonna be looking at some spooky worlds. Nothing insanely spooky, just more kind of fun, festive stuff, kind of like we're doing right here. And Vinny's doing his BRB. Wow, good timing. So that's gonna be happening tomorrow, and I'm gonna be doing going to like a VR dance party thing at the end. So thank you all for watching this very short little stream. And thank you those of you that can join me in here for a while. Don't really know what else is going to go on, but tomorrow's Halloween, so hopefully you can find some time to stop by and hang out and do all that kind of stuff. So have a good night, everyone, and enjoy Vinny. And I think he's going to be playing Primary Denizen. Might have made some stuff. Who was in chat earlier? Extremely talented artist. So looking forward to that, if that's what's going to be played. All right. Goodbye. See you at Vinny's stream.